everyone. In the present video, I'll try to cover channelization concept. So channelization is nothing but channel partition is a multiple access method in which the available bandwidth of the link is shared in terms of time, frequency or through code. So here we are having three different protocols, that is FDMA, TDMA and CDMA. So channelization protocols. The first protocol is frequency division multiple access. Second one is time division multiple access. Third one is code division multiple access. So we'll take one by one. First we'll take frequency division multiple access or FDME. In frequency division multiple access, the available bandwidth is divided into frequency bands. Each station is allocated a band to send its data. So we'll fix the frequency band during which the stations can transmit the data through the common channel. In other words, each band is reserved for a specific station and it belongs to the station all the time. So we'll reserve some range of frequency or band, and during that particular band period or during by considering that frequency band, then only the stations can transmit the data. So each station also uses a bandpass filter while transmitting the data. To prevent station interferences, the allocated band are separated from one another by small guard bands. That is, unused frequency range or band will be considered as guard bands in order to avoid interferences. So in FDME, the available bandwidth of the station of the common channel is divided into bands that are separated by the guard bands. So we can observe that we are having around 4 stations, and third station is silent. And but even if silent means the station 3 does not have any data to send, but the station 1, 2 and 4, all the 3 stations are having some data to transmit through the common channel. And for station 1, there is one range of frequencies allocated during which station 1 can transmit. Similarly, for station 2 and station 4, some range of frequency is allocated within the bandwidth. So by considering all the respective stations need to use the allocated frequency range while transmitting the data. So next is time division multiplexing. The time division multiple access. So FDMA and TDMA, the concept is similar, but while in the FDMA we consider frequency as factor, but in the case of TDMA we are considering time as factor. So in the case of TDMA, the station shares the bandwidth of the channel in terms of time as parameter. Each station is allocated a time slot during which it can send the data. Each station transmits its data in its assigned time slot only. So the station need to transmit the data compulsory during the assigned slot only. The main problem with TDMA in achieving synchronization between the different stations. The major problem with TDMA is it faces the major problem is synchronization here. In TDMA, the bandwidth is just one channel, that is time shared between different stations. So next is code division multiple access. So here one channel carries all transmissions simultaneously. So the code division multiple access or CDMA which was designed several decades ago. Recent advances in electronic technology have finally made it implications or applications possible. CDMA differs from FDMA because only one channel occupies the entire bandwidth of the link. But in FDMA, how many channels? If you are having n channels will occupy the entire bandwidth of the link. It differs from TDMA because all stations can send data simultaneously. There is no time sharing. Here there is no time sharing. Only one channel carries the single channel carries all the transmissions simultaneously in the case of CDMA. So in the case of CDMA, we are using the coding theory. So we are having different codes for C1, C2, C3 and C4, and values are assigned as +1, +1, +1 and +1. The second value is C2 is equal to +1, -1, +1, -1. C3 is +1, +1, -1, -1, and C4 is +1, -1, -1 and +1. Each frequency is made of n elements, where n is the number of stations. If we multiply a sequence by a number, every element in the sequence is multiplied by that element. This is called multiplication of a sequence by a scalar. For example, if you are multiplying by 2 to any one code or chip, that is C1 or C1 or C2, so we'll get some scalar value itself. If we multiply two equal sequences element by element and add the results, you'll get the product as once again scalar value. If we multiply two different sequences element by element and add the result, we'll get 0. That is, if you are multiplying two different sequences and if you are adding the resultant, you will get the value as 0. So for example, if you are having the station 1, station 2, station 3 and station 4, and station 1 data is D1, station 2 data is D2, and station 3 data is D3, and station 4 data is D4. So I can multiply each station will have its own chip value, that is C1, C2, C3 and C4. So I can multiply the data with the chip value, that is D1 into C1, D2 into C2, D4 into C4 and D3 into C3. So final data, that is nothing but D1 into C1 plus D2 into C2 plus D3 into C3 plus D4 into C4. Sum of all the values, all station values. So finally I can multiply with C1, that will get D1 into C1 into C1 plus D2 into C2 into C1 plus D3 into C3 into C1 plus D4 into C4 into C1. So finally, if all the data D1, D2, D3 and D4 all are equal to D1, then I can get the value as 4 times D1. So next comes the data representation. So bit 0 we can represent it as -1, data bit 1 I can represent as +1, and silent, if there is no data to send, that value I can represent it as 0. So I can take the same example, encoding and decoding, using the data representation, 0 as -1, 1 as +1, silent means 0. So if data bit 1, 0 need to be transmitted from station 1, once again 0 need to be transmitted from station 2, bit 1, that means 1 need to be transmitted from station 4, and station 3 is silent. So I know the value of C1, that is +1, +1, +1 and +1. I need to multiply with -1. Once again +1, C2 is +1, -1, +1, -1 multiplied with -1. Similarly, +1, -1, -1, +1 multiplied by with 1. So the last C3 is +1, +1, -1, -1 multiplied by 0. You'll get all 0. So next, finally, if you are having D1 into C1 is equal to -1, -1, -1, -1, and D2 into C2 is equal to -1, +1, -1, +1, and C4 is equal to +1, -1, -1, +1, and last C3 is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. So need to add all the results, that is D1 C1 plus D2 C2 plus D4 C4 plus D3 C3. So finally you'll get the value as -1, -1, -3 +1 in the common channel. So signal level, I can represent bit 0 as 1, and the value is -1, -1, -1, -1. So with respect to time slot, we can plot this value in terms of x-axis is time and y-axis is magnitude. So we'll get all minus values. Bit 0, bit 0, that is through the second channel, +1, -1, -1, +1 is transmitted. So -1 is negative, +1 is positive, negative and positive. So silent means all 0, just you will get x-axis. Bit 1, +1, -1, -1, +1, you'll get +1 is positive, -1 2 continuous negative amplitude, and +1 is once again positive amplitude. So data on the channel, we can add all the all four values. You'll get the last diagram as data on the channel.